Hi everyone, happy fall. I'm really excited to be sharing my very first fall front porch makeover with you all. And although I really don't have a front porch, it's more of a narrow entryway, I do want to share some decorating tips of how to decorate because I will be using a lot of pumpkins, a lot of mums, and I'm also going to be sharing a tip of how to make your pumpkins last longer. So if you want to know how to do that, make sure that you stick around. So first things first, the first thing that I'm going to be doing is just removing everything that was there. And by everything, I mean just the doormat because that's really all I had. To be completely honest, I haven't really taken the time to decorate or do anything with this area. The only thing that we've added to the front is just adding that door camera. It's just the Google Nest camera, but other than that I really haven't done anything else. So all I'm gonna do is just sweep, and then I'm gonna use a blower to just kind of blow any remainings that I didn't get with the broom, and then we are going to be washing the concrete. Now I am using some dish Dawn soap. I know that they sell specific cleaners for concrete, and I did want to use the pressure washer, but let me tell you, I've actually had a bad experience. So I don't know if you can tell in the concrete, I actually used it and I must have had it on really high because I've removed the top layer of basically the cement in this front area. Obviously, after I did it, I was like, why does it look like that? And then I realized I had it on really high pressure and I basically just removed that top layer. So it's not the prettiest. We're probably going to be looking into getting someone to come redo and patch up just this area because this is the only area that I did it, and I noticed that obviously I had messed up, but you know, you live and you learned. Now, ever since that incident, I have been really intimidated by using the pressure washer because I'm just scared that I'm going to do the same. And I think my neighbor actually probably did the same because they did have someone come out just recently to basically patch up an area of their driveway. So I'm assuming they probably did it too, but all I'm going to say is that be careful with the pressure washer because it can do more damage than good. But as you can see, all I'm doing is just washing it with some dish Dawn soap, and then I'm just going to be sweeping it with the broom, and then I'm just going to be rinsing it with the hose. And that's really it as far as the cleaning process. So now I'm just going to move on over to the front door, and I'm not going to be using anything special. I'm just going to be using my microfiber cloth and my Mrs. Meyer's apple cider all-purpose cleaner. This is my favorite by far, aside from the Christmas scent, which is in the pine scent, I believe. But I'm just going to take the time to clean it all up because I figured if I'm going to be doing the whole front porch, I might as well clean the door as well. I will say that I love the privacy of this door. I love that no one can see in and all of that. But sometimes I do wish that I had a door with a window of some sort because I feel like that hallway can get really dark and I don't really get a lot of natural light come through. But sometimes I love the idea of having a window, but sometimes I do like the idea of not having one because of privacy reasons. But we're not looking to replace the door anytime soon, but I kind of just wanted to bring that up. And I did want to go ahead and share a tip of how to make your pumpkins last longer, because we are putting the pumpkins out pretty early in the season. We do want them to last. So the first thing that you want to do is basically just give your pumpkins a bath, which means you just want to wash them with some soap and water. And after I do this, I basically just let them sit and dry. You can pat them dry if you want to kind of speed up the process, but basically the first thing you're going to do is just wash them. And what this does, it helps take off any dirt or molds or any bugs that are on there. So now that the pumpkins are washed, rinsed, and dried, we are going to be moving on to the second step, which is basically I'm going to be taking some bleach in a glass bottle, and I got this spray bottle from Amazon, and you're just going to do equal portions of bleach and water, and then you're just going to basically spray it onto the pumpkins. I will say if you are sensitive to bleach, use an alternative. The alternative would be to use a Young Living Thieves, and you can spray that. I've never actually used that, but I know a lot of people have done that before. But I've used the bleach and it's worked for me. But I will say if you are sensitive, I would definitely use that alternative. And if you have, go ahead and let people know down in the comments below if that does work, because I will say this was a little bit strong even for me. I've cleaned with bleach before. I actually don't use bleach that much anymore or very often, but I will say it was very, very strong, and the smell did linger in my hands, because when I went to rinse the pumpkins, I did use my hands to basically rub it off. So I did notice that the smell lingered in my hands. And like I said, if you're sensitive, maybe use an alternative. But basically what I'm going to do is just spray them down, and I do let them sit for about 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes are up, I'm just going to rinse off that bleach and water and then let them dry. We're going to move on over to the third step, which is basically using a clear matte coat to seal the pumpkins. And I just moved this outside and put them on a cardboard. You do want to do the bottom side first, so you want to make sure that the pumpkins are flipped. And I usually wait about 20 minutes, and then I turn them over, and then I do the top side, and that should do the trick. Once you do this, your pumpkins should last all season. Now while we wait for the pumpkins to dry as well as the front area to dry, I'm going to move on over to the mums, and I do want to repot the smaller ones into these pots that I got from Amazon. And basically, I'm not going to repot the bigger ones because the pots that those are going to go in actually doesn't have holes. And so I do have to be able to take the pot out and water them and kind of let it drain. And this one does have a hole, so I should be able to water it in this planter. But before you come for me, I do know, and I did realize after the fact, that whenever I was using this dirt, this is actually not potting soil. It's actually in-ground mulch soil, I guess, because it did have some mulch in it. So I don't know if this is going to affect the mums. Hopefully not, because I'll be completely honest, I don't have a green thumb, and I'm really scared to kill these mums because I just really want them to stay alive, but hopefully not. So I'm just going to take the time to repot these and then water them and give them some TLC before I decorate the front porch. So it is the next day. I did have to end up running some errands, and by the time that I got back home, I lost all of my daylight, so I decided to just go ahead and get started the following day. So you'll see me just kind of put out some of the decor elements that I'll be using. I'm going to be starting with that layered rug right underneath, and then I did end up getting a new doormat because my last doormat was pretty beat up and nasty. My plan was to do a DIY and stencil in some type of writing. I was kind of going back and forth between "Hi there, pumpkin" or "Happy fall." But last minute, I decided not to do that because I think I want to do something for Halloween instead. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. And then as you can see, I'll be adding a wreath. I will say I ended up using another wreath, and I cannot decide which one to leave up on the door. So make sure that you help me out and leave it down in the comments below and let me know which one is your favorite. after decorating and kind of going back and forth, I kind of realized that I might have bought way too many pumpkins. While I was putting them out, I realized I think I might have gone overload when I went shopping. I think I just got too excited after seeing all of the beautiful pumpkins that, sometimes you forget that less is more. But as you can see, I did end up having to put some pumpkins inside because I just had way too many. So for the last part of the decorating, I did decide to add some of these tea lights, and I think this is actually going to make a difference and it's going to make it look so pretty at nighttime. I did end up putting some twinkle lights after the fact, so you'll see a clip of it at the end. You won't see me do it here on camera because the Amazon delivery didn't get there until later that evening, so I did end up putting them on there, so you'll definitely have to stick around till the end so you can see how they look at nighttime, and they just look so beautiful, and I'm just really happy of how it came out. But as you can see, you'll see me here kind of switching out the wreaths because I was like, okay, maybe I like this one better. So please let me know and help me out because I still cannot decide which one is my favorite. Alright, you guys, that is it for my fall front porch, but I just wanted to take some time to say thank you so much for watching today. And if you want to see more fall inspiration, I'll make sure to leave a playlist down below. And if today happens to be the very first time that you're stopping by my channel, I just want to say hi, my name is Ali, and make sure to introduce yourself and say hi down in the comments below. With that being said, let's take a last look, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you really soon on the next one.